Because the photos that we have here does not contain this information that is underneath there.
Yeah, now when I ask you a specific question, you need to respond to that specific question. Don't say to me, Njongo, as you can see, I don't see nothing except for the photo here. You understand? Are we together, Brigadier Ndlovu, Warrant Officer Ndlovu?
There's no problem, we are together.
Thank you. Now, there are no live location of this picture, which would indicate the place where this picture was taken. So,
live location awekho abezoba inkomba ke ukuthi isithombe lesi sathutshelwa kuphi nendawo.
Kunjani?
That's correct.
thank you. You were requested by the state to read from a record to confirm something about this picture, or to read something to align with this picture from the record, not so?
Kukhona ke ukuceliwe ukufana nje naloku irecord ukuthi ke ufunde obhalwe la okuhambisana nesithombe noma ukuchaza lokhu okusesithombeni. That's correct.
Thank you. I'm going to request that you adjourn for a lunchtime. It's only 3 minutes towards lunchtime. When I come back, we are going to take that aspect from there. But I'm going to request you to prepare those portions that you were requested to read. I think there should be 2. To prepare them and put them on your desk there. Then we'll proceed from there. When you come back.
And before you complain about Mnisi's sniffles, don't forget that there's some people who would have complained that, well, to the JP, that there can't be an adjournment granted to him until he gets better, because the case must go on. The Meyiwa family, the members of the public, and done. You already know. So he's going to sniffle through this, and we're going to sit through and listen to him sniffle, because that's how it is in the SENZO MEYIWA trial. Of course, Pinky Van Thillingham was given, how many days do you need to get better, ma'am? Because she was just coughing and struggling on the witness box. Gilinda was given weeks upon weeks, a lot of exceptions, so he can go and write his exams, but we never got the results back. But I digress. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is Mnisi Wemvula highlighting that we now know the state did not give the defense any metadata information. They just handed them the CD and the photo album. The photo album does not contain metadata information. Maybe the defense was expected to sit down photo by photo and collect the metadata from the CD. I do not know. But they are not experts in metadata and done. So it is the responsibility of the state to have provided that. My concern, and yes, I say concern, is why did the state omit that? That's very crucial information. Now, Mnisi Wemvula says, before we go for lunch, I just want to make sure we are on the same page. You were asked to read from the record to align. What you read from the record is supposed to align with the photo. And I don't think it was a coincidence that he used the word align. And then I say to myself, what is it that they're trying to align, the state? And then, you know how the state proudly told us that they are playing open cards. It's not looking open cards to me. They said that during the long adjournment, while Mnisi Wemvula was reading the 60,000 pages, they were going through the record, and that's how they coincidentally found these deleted photos. And when they found these deleted, Balo is a multi-talented advocate, prosecutor. He can read through the CD and find deleted photos. He's amazing, guys. You gotta give him his flowers. But here's the thing. He found photos that aligned with a record that's going to be read after lunch. Isn't that coincidental? That's just way too coincidental for me. The coincidence first is that the photo was deleted. Secondly, there's no metadata. Thirdly, there's no date and time of when the photos were taken. And fourthly, there's no location either. Fifthly, can we say fifthly? Well, we're saying it now. Fifthly, the photo matches a description in the record. Oh my goodness. This is a prosecutorially led disaster, because Mnisi Wemvula is going to expose them. Let's continue listening on.
There was a record of the proceedings of the 7th of September 2023, which you requested to read to the record, part of which I managed to take the following notes, which says, while standing there, Mnisi took out the red T-shirt that he was wearing. Then I think there were other parts that we said as well. Can you please reread that again so that I get a full version of what you're reading there?
Okay, Mr. Zungu. Okay, while we were still standing inside there, Mnisi then took out, a T-shirt that he was wearing. If I remember well, it was red, and hold it in his hand. Mr. Balo, just a minute, and that is accused number, Mr. Zungu, accused number 1.
Thank you, Warrant Officer. Now, did the prosecution sketch you the background of that which you are requested to record now?
No, it didn't.
Thank you. Now, this was in relation to page 2974 on photo number 17, not so?
Lokhu bekumayelana nesithombe u2974 upage ke u17.
Anginaso isiqiniseko salokho.
I'm not certain about that.
No, that is what happened when you were there. This photo was beamed there. In trying to align this photo, then you were requested to read that passage.
That's correct.
Thank you. Now let me sketch you a bit of a background. Mr. Zungu is a witness. He's a constable. Constable Zungu is a witness that was called by the state who came to testify about some occurrences at a hostel. Which hostel was called Basutwini Hostel?
Mayibizwa ke leyo hostel kuthiwa ke iBasuthu Hostel.
On 26 October 2014 is the date on which the deceased in this case was killed.
Nge-26 zika October 2014 ilanga lelo ke umufike kuleli cala leli ke waashona ngalo.
Now, part of Zungu's testimony was that all these accused that are before court here were together with him in that hostel, and there was kind of they were dancing. It was a togetherness. Now, the passage or the extract that you are requested to read from the record relates to the day of the 26th of October 2014. That is now according to the testimony of Mr. Zuma, while he was in the company of these accused persons. That's what he told to the court, that accused number 1 was wearing a red T-shirt, and then he had to take it out, and then apparently put on something else, and then he folded the red T-shirt. Do you follow?
Yes, I am.
And that is the background of what would have happened when you refer to that passage. Now, the person that is depicted on that photo, photo number 17, which is page 2974, is accused number 1, that is beyond reproach. That's the gentleman that is wearing a mask now.
Kulo ufake imask. I see.
Thank you. Now, Mr. Sibia, that's accused number 1, informs me that this photo was taken in 2018. And the place where this photo was taken, it was at Ntambeka section in Tembisa. And the house that is seen at the back of the photo there, it's the house of his uncle, who's called Stelontuti. His uncle.
English says uncle, but it can mean a lot of things.
Umalume.
Yeah.
Umalume.
Okay. Umalume wakhe ke umuzi wakhe lana uStelontuti.
Now he says that that car as well belongs to his uncle. Or in 2018, when he shot this photo, that car was his uncle's motor vehicle. Now he says, if his memory serves him well, this photo was taken, was shot by a gentleman called Nkazmulo. They affectionately called him Nkazi. Now, vis-a-vis what you are requested to read, this photo has got nothing to do with what Constable Zungu came and told this court. Furthermore, he says he might not have a plausible explanation how this photo happened to be found in the memory cards or whatever system that you found it in accused number two's phone, but this is his explanation. He says he knows accused number two very well. Although they were not buddies, but he knows him very well. He knows accused number two through his younger brother. Accused number two was accused number one's brother's friend. Now, this brother is the brother that is called Gwabeni. And with due respect to Mr. Ramusipili, I've taken the liberty to verify this information with Mr. Mzansi, whether or not he knows this Mr. Gwabeni. Then Mr. Mzansi, who's accused number two, confirmed that he knows him quite well. Now, accused number, Mr. Sibia, who's accused number one, further says that he was also close to Gwabeni. Gwabeni would request his phone to make calls. He would request his phone to take photos. He would request his phone to send SMSs. So he just do not know, but he would speculate that in Gwabeni's exchanging maybe some photos with accused number two, it could have happened that he also might have sent this photo that was taken on 2018 to accused number two, which could explain the reason why his photo was found in the gadgets that were found in accused number two's possession. He is saying that is just his speculation. He shouldn't be really held, that should not be held against him, because he can also not give an appropriate explanation as to why his photos were found in accused number one's phone. Just stand up to that far, Mr.
Kufinyelela khona lana engabuya ngizwa yini?
Ngiyakuzwa.
I hear you.
Thank you. That also goes to photo number 18, on page number 18, where the gentleman that is wearing the spectacles, those black spectacles, is accused number one. It's on page 3023. This is not in dispute that it is him.
Aphikiswa-ke lokho ukuthi uyena loya.
The same explanation with regard to photo number 17 would also go to photo number 18. Thank you. That is his explanation with regard to you having been requested to read a passage from the testimony of Zungu of what could have happened on the 24th of October 2014. Thank you.
Ngiyabonga.
Do you have any comments?
Akunayo comment kodwa ngingakusho ukuthi ngikuzwile lo ngisho.
I have no comment, but all I can say is that I heard what you said.
Thank you, sir. Now,
I've been quiet because I wanted you guys to hear the full story without me interrupting of Mnisi, the red top, and the alleged picture that is suddenly inside Phakathi within Bongani Ntanzi's phone. Now, Mnisi does say he knows Bongani Ntanzi very, very well. He's actually close friends with his younger brother. So Mnisi's young brother is friends with Bongani Ntanzi. But Bongani Ntanzi and Mnisi were not friends. But you know how it is in the family. You know who your siblings' friends are. The picture that is depicted is Mnisi at his uncle's house in Tembisa. And by uncle, it's Umalume, and Umalume, who is Usicelo Ntule. Did you pick up the hint? Sicelo Ntule. That is a relation to accused number 5. Okay? Because accused number 1 and accused number 5, they definitely know each other. That has been also put on the record. So I wanted to make that connection for you as well. Now he is standing by the car, and the car belongs to his uncle. So these are the things I love so far about what Mnisi and Mnisi Wemvula have put on the record. That he's standing outside a house in Tembisa. So it's a physical, immovable property, meaning that can be verified by the defense. Hallelujah. the car. They can find the registration, prove that it's the car of the uncle's house. The red t-shirt, come on now. I cannot believe the state is building a case based off of a photo. Now let's talk about the photo. My spidey sense tells me, since there's no metadata, or the metadata has been wiped off, that photo, either Muzasibia posted it on his Facebook, or his brother, who not in Kazimulu, what's the brother's name? Okwavini. Or his brother Okwavini sent Bongani Danzi the photo. I'm not sure why they'll be sending each other photos of Muzasibia, but we're just looking at the possibilities. Somehow that photo was sent to Bongani Danzi. Or Bongani Danzi could be a Facebook troll and downloaded Muzasibia's photo from Facebook or screenshotted it. I don't know, okay? I'm giving you all the possible possibilities. And then there's the third possibility. We know that Mr. Warrant Officer Ndlovu said he did not individually check any photos. He just checked that there's 5,000 on the SD card, there's 5,000 on his CD. He checked the size of the CD, checked the size of the SIM card. He didn't check photos, he checked numbers. That's the kind of bare minimum checcation that he did. Then from there, this is where my spidey sense kicks in, and you guys let me know in the comment section if you're picking up what I'm putting down. Something tells me someone went on a worldwide search. By worldwide search, I mean www.google photo search. Find a photo of Muzasibia, or they went through his social medias, or they went through his phone, I don't know, or known associate's phone, and they found that photo. And when they found that photo, it was then planted inside Pagati, the CD, knowing Ndlovu doesn't check his work like that. And then when it was planted, now it's printed and presented in court. Muzasibia is in shock, seeing himself beamed up there. And he's like, I don't know Bongani Danzi like that we're sending each other photos. In fact, Bongani Danzi is like, you've got to be kidding me. Come on now. I also don't know the photo. And there is no metadata. Because there is no metadata, there is no location, that photo should be thrown out because its source is unknown. The problem is my lord is not a tech genius. He's not an expert in the tech world. This is where I always say he needs an assessor. Photo assessors should be there while this was going on, so my lord could get the assistance and the understanding of what is going on. Technically, allegedly, what I'm saying is things are not make sure. That photo came from somewhere. Conveniently is in a red shirt, but I want to say if this was planted just for the red shirt, that is ridiculous that you would say a photo from 2018 wearing a red shirt is equal to the same red shirt. Do you know how many black shirts I have? I have so many black t-shirts. They are not the same, but they are black. I don't know. If I were to count them, it would be embarrassing. But I have so many. So we cannot say that is the red shirt that Zungunaiza described in his Nganegwane. Guys, kuningi inside Parati this Nganegwane. Let me know what else you picked up. Everything is alleged. This is just my opinion. I have no proof to back this up. It's just what I'm hearing from what Mnisi put down. Let's go ahead and continue listening to the last portion of Mnisi's cross-examination. As you can tell, to those of you who think that Mnisi loves dragging things out with the brigadier, it is possible for Mnisi to do a short, cute, and sweet cross-examination. Let's continue listening on.
Also, we requested to read certain information in relation to photos for pointing out. I can't remember what is it that you actually requested to read, man. But I could see that you were requested to read something in relation to align the photos of the pointing out with what you were requested to read. I can't remember what is it that you requested to read. I wanted to take it down, but it just skipped my mind, but I know that it happened. I think it's a photo where accused number one is depicted with some red shoes or something like that. Yes.
page
32.
Yeah. Can you please reread that again into records?
uphinde ufunde ke lokhu.
Okay. The closing page.
Yes.
Observation of justice of peace.
Yes.
With regard to the deponent's clothing, black tracksuit top, striped t-shirt, DH, label, blue jean, red bed, red Cavella shoes. It is his clothing, my lord.
Thank you. Did the state again sketch you the background of what you were requested to read into records?
Ingaba nalapho umbuso ukutshelile futhi ke ukuthi kwenzekani ke kulokho abebecela ke ukuthi ukufundele enkantolo.
Cha.
No.
Thank you. This is just a neutral point. Indeed, in the course of the investigation of this case, the state alleges that accused number one voluntarily indicated to the investigating team that he was also prepared to go and do some pointing out. Now, what you see there, I think from the background of being a policeman, I think you'll understand what I'm saying. What you see there is what the state alleges that that accused number one was pointing out voluntarily. The clothing, the shoes and everything, I think that are not in dispute.
Agqokile ke incathulo konke nje agqokile akusona ke izinto eziphikiswayo noma ke kuphikiswana nazo.
Do you understand?
Uyangizwa?
Yep.
Yes.
Do you have any comment thus far?
Khona ngakusho?
Akukho engingakusho phandle ukuthi le cathulo ezibomvu nami ngiyazibona noma ngeze ngazicathulo inhlobo nesicathulo.
Thank you. Now, you were also requested to comment on photo number 19, which is page 200 and 1992. Page 19, on that page 2992. Yeah. Let me be sincere with you. This photo, if my memory serves me well, is a photo of a picture of a firearm that seems to have been a downloaded photo, not so?
Kungenzeka ngoba asisho ukuthi sibuya.
It's possible because it does not indicate it does not indicate the source or where it comes from.
Thank you. I'm not so clear up with these languages, but when we had a little discussion with Mr. Ramusipili there, he told me photos can either be downloaded or there could be some memes or something like that. Are you aware of what a meme or a memes or something like that, or a mumish or something like that is?
Mumish.
A meme or a meme or those words.
I don't know about what you're saying.
Don't you know what a meme is? Or a meme is? Yes.
Cha angikwazi kodwa nje engingakusho.
Yes.
Kowami umqondo.
Yes.
Isithombe ungasithola ngezindlela eziningi.
What I can say that in my mind, you can get a picture in different ways,
Yes.
or many ways.
Akusho ukuthi mangabe unesithembu efonini kungabe lesi osithethe ngefoni yakho.
It doesn't mean that when you have a photo or a picture on your phone that it was captured using your own phone.
Yes.
So ungangena ku Google a picture izoba khona ku photo yakho.
You can go on Google and Google a picture. It would be there on your phone.
So okwamanje angeke ngicommente ukuthi sibuya Bristol ngoba angikhona ukusibona la njengoba sideletiwe.
For now, I cannot comment on this photo because I'm unable to comment on it as it was deleted.
Thank you. You know what you've just said? Reminds me soon after the death of the Pope. I think 2 or 3 days down the line, the American president was seen wearing that Pope thing, you know, and he was wearing like a Pope. And then I nearly jumped out of my skin saying that the president is now a pope. Kanti hayi, apparently that was a joke, not so.
Ngicabangisa-ke nje emuva kokuthi-ke uPope eGqoboshona wabona-ke uyena-ke upresident wase-America egqoke kona lokuyana ngangicabanga-ke ukuthi seyiPope kodwa cha kwathi kanye nje uhlaya lo.
So these things do happen these days, not so.
Manje-ke lezi zinto lezi ziyenzeka-ke.
Ngiyavuma.
I agree.
Particularly with the advent of what is presently known as artificial intelligence. We need to be very cautious of what is genuine and of what is artificial is, not so.
Kuwumuntu-ke kufanele-ke uqaphele kakhulu-ke ngokumayelana nalokho-ke kuyikona oku-original noma genuine nalokho-ke engasikona.
Yebo kunjalo.
That's correct.
From an analyst point of view, not so.
Uma ubheka-ke ngeso loba umcwaningi.
Ngiyavuma.
I agree.
Hayi ungavumeli phansi phela.
Hayi, ngiyavuma.
Ukusho ukuthi uvumele phezulu awu Ndlovu.
Ngiyavuma.
Thank you,
I agree.
Ndlovu. I've got no further questions to this witness, Malos. Thank you very much, sir.
I think Mnisi is very, very unfair or very, very selective either way. There's a saying, it says, treat people the way that you want to be treated. Look how nice, sweet, and cute and non-battalion this cross-examination went. There was no flogging necessary, but the horse surely did go to the river, and at the river, the horse drank the water. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Warrant Officer Unlovu confirming that, listen, just because there's a picture on your phone doesn't mean that your phone took the picture, and it's possible you can go to Google and download it. So the photo of the firearms does not mean that it belongs to the owner of the phone. And we've heard this before during the Pinky Van Thillingham era, when my lord himself said, just because your phone was pinging at a tower does not mean you were with your phone. Do you guys remember that? If you do, drop a 1 in the comment section. You know what? Also, we want to say to Warrant Officer Ubaba Ndlovu, thank you so much for your honesty in confirming and killing the state's case, because you just said artificial intelligence could have maybe been used, and Mnisi likes to play dumb, for lack of a better word, and he's like, listen, I'm a me momo. Mnisi killed me with that one, and I was like, memes. But Mnisi knew exactly what he was talking about, because right then there he segued to, and then the Pope died, and next thing, photos of Trump were circulating with Trump dressed as a Pope, and I thought, wait a minute, is Trump now the Pope, the new Pope? But then I was told about artificial intelligence, and we must guard against artificial intelligence. We have to be cautious of what is genuine and not. With that, ladies and gentlemen, Mnisi dropped his mic, killed the state's case, blew it up. Not a single objection from the state, and it ends there, ladies and gentlemen. What are your thoughts? Were these photos planted, or were they really inside Phakathi Bongani Dance's phone? I can't wait to hear your breakdowns. I'm gonna end this here. Wow, we finished Mnisi Wemvula's cross-examination. We already did Ramasipili, and then maybe Ramasipili is going to continue. I'm not sure how long he's going to take, and then maybe possibly Unqumalo, but I cannot wait for Shalolo. That's it from me. Thanks for watching. Bye.